The Nephew Talks. The episode opens in the cold, airless silence of interrogation room 3. Michael Carter, in an orange jumpsuit, slumps in a metal chair, the picture of defeated rage. Across from him are Detective Miller and a weary assistant state attorney, Sandra Vance. Sandra slides a single photograph across the table. It's the enhanced image from episode 1, the man in the window. Clearer now. That's you, Michael. On Carter Holdings property at 6:02 a.m., watching Jessica Reed's walking path. We have your boot print in the soil where she was killed. We have your DNA in her fingernails from the struggle. We have you for the 1998 assault. The state is seeking the death penalty for the murder of Jessica Reed. Michael stares at the photo of his own shadowy figure. He says nothing. Miller leans in, his voice low, almost conversational. But you're not the brains. You're the tool. The landscaper. The cleaner. You follow orders. Robert's orders. A muscle twitches in Michael's jaw. I want a deal. The only deal, Sandra says, is life without parole instead of the needle. And only if you give us Robert Carter on a platter. The conspiracy. The fraud. The order to kill. Michael's eyes dart between them, calculating his last miserable move. He gives a single, sharp nod. The episode shifts into a stark, chilling reenactment, narrated by Michael's hollow voice from the interrogation tape. Michael's voice, Vio, he woke me up at 4:45 a.m. A call. No hello. He just said, the Reed problem needs to go away. Today. Use the overlook. Make it look like she left. Visual, Robert Carter, in a silk robe, stands at his floor-to-ceiling window, phone to his ear, watching the dark community. His face is calm. Michael's voice, Vio, he said she had a ledger. That she was going to the cops that morning. That she'd destroy everything, the family, the business. He gave me her schedule. Sunrise Point, 5:45. We see Michael pulling on his work boots, grabbing gloves. He doesn't look like a calculated killer. He looks like a man going to a dirty job. The reenactment continues at the empty plot. Jessica, in her lavender shirt, is walking, her fitness watch glowing. Michael steps from behind a construction trailer. Michael's voice, Vio, I just wanted the ledger. I confronted her. Said Robert sent me. She got this look. Not scared. Angry. She said, tell him Lorraine says he'll never get it. Then she tried to run. I grabbed her. The struggle is brutal, short. We see the necklace snap, the watch torn. Michael, panicking, puts his hands around her throat. Michael's voice, Vio, trembling. It happened fast. Too fast. She just stopped. He stares at the body. Then, thinking on his feet, the cleaner, he dumps her in the retention pond, weighs her down with construction debris. He buries the watch and necklace. Then, the diabolical stroke. He drives her car to Sunrise Point, uses her thumb to unlock her phone, and starts the cryptic livestream to create an alibi for the time of death. Michael's voice, Vio, he told me to make it look like she left. I made it look like she was still alive. Back in the present, analyst Cho has cracked the financial piece. She shows Miller records from a Cayman Islands bank. After the money was laundered through the Paradise Sands Fund, a fraction was siphoned into a private account. From there, quarterly payments were made to an LLC called Groundskeeper Solutions. She pulls up the director. Michael Carter. Miller scans the payments. They're consistent for years. Then he sees it. 2 payments on the same day. October 12th, the morning Jessica vanished. One for $5,000 at 7:03 a.m. and another for $15,000 at 11:47 a.m., labeled Urgent Site Cleanup Bonus. The second payment, Miller says, pointing. The bonus. It was issued after Jessica was reported missing by Tom, but before her body or any crime scene was found. How did Robert know a site would need an urgent cleanup that morning unless he knew what happened there? It's the financial fingerprint of conspiracy. The episode integrates its viral hook. Miller receives a forwarded email from the sheriff's public tip line, marked #the vanishing hour. It's from a professor of linguistics, Dr. Eris Thorne. Attached is an audio file and a spectrogram graph. The audio is Robert Carter's televised plea for help, played in episode 3. Our community is heartbroken. We're praying for Jessica's safe return. Dr. Thorne's voice explains in the email. I applied voice stress analysis, which detects microtremors associated with psychological stress and deception. Listen to the phrase safe return. Miller and Sandra Vance listen. To the ear, it sounds sincere. But on the spectrogram, a jagged red spike erupts over the words safe return. Dr. Thorne's email continues. The spike indicates extreme cognitive load and stress, the hallmarks of a conscious falsehood. His subconscious knows she will not return safe. He knows she is already dead. It's not forensic evidence, but it's a psychological nail in the coffin. The final act is a masterclass in tension. Miller and Sandra Vance enter Robert Carter's office unannounced. He's on the phone, charming a potential investor. He hangs up, the smile not reaching his eyes. We have Michael's full confession, Sandra states flatly. He's detailed your instructions from the 4:45 a.m. call to the disposal of the body. Robert's smile remains frozen. My nephew is a pathological liar and a violent predator. A sad attempt to save his own skin. Miller places 2 documents on the immaculate desk. The first is the payment record with the urgent site cleanup bonus highlighted. The second is Dr. Thorne's spectrogram graph. You paid the cleanup bonus before the police even knew there was a site to clean, Miller says, his voice quiet. And your voice, it betrays you, Robert. Right here. He taps the red spike on the graph. You stressed on safe return. Because you knew she wasn't safe. You knew she wouldn't return. For the first time in the entire series, Robert Carter's perfect mask shatters. The affable charm evaporates, revealing the cold, calculating bedrock beneath. The smile vanishes, leaving a flat, empty line. He doesn't look angry. He looks assessed, like a CEO realizing a business deal has turned sour. He says nothing. He simply steeples his fingers and looks past them, out the window at his perfect gilded kingdom. Sandra Vance slides a third piece of paper across the desk. It's a warrant for his arrest on charges of conspiracy to commit murder and fraudulent financial transactions. Robert Carter, Miller says, the words final in the silent room. You have the right to remain silent. Robert doesn't look at the warrant. He doesn't look at them. His gaze stays fixed on the palms. He finally speaks, his voice devoid of all its former warmth, now just a dry, legalistic rasp. I'll need to call my lawyer. It's not an admission, but it's the end of the performance. The patriarch has been dethroned. A silent, powerful montage. 1. Robert Carter, in a tailored suit, is escorted from his office in handcuffs, past stunned employees and residents. 2. Michael Carter, in his jumpsuit, signs his plea agreement, his face a map of resentment and relief. 3. Sarah and Tom watch the news report of the arrests, holding each other, tears falling not of joy, but of grim, exhausted closure. 4. Alex Chen watches the same report on his monitor, the hashtag The Vanishing Hour feed exploding in the background. He doesn't celebrate. He just slowly closes his laptop, the blue light dying on his face. The camera holds on the empty chair behind Robert Carter's massive desk. The phone rings unanswered. The kingdom is still there, shining in the sun. But the king is gone.